Namaste. Welcome to the virtual class of Grade 7 English, Unit 1, Places to Visit. And today we are going to practice some listening and speaking exercises. So, you are welcome. And before we do these activities, I would like to take you to some photos. Are you ready? So, look at the first picture here. So, what you can see is a small boy with pad on his leg and a helmet on his head. And the boy is trying to hit something with a bat. So, you can see bat in his hand, right? So, can you guess what kind of sport is it? Good. It's cricket. You are absolutely right. So, now, let's go to the second picture. Football. So smart guess and so quick. In football, there will be different players, and those players play within the ground, and there will be a ball. And what do they use to hit? Good, foot, right? And only the goalkeeper can use hands. Brilliant, good. So let's go to the next one. Is it a sport? Dear students? Good. No, it's not a sports. It's a dance. Good. And there are girls who are dancing, and it's a open ground. So is it a kind of function? No, they are practicing. Good. Your guess is brilliantly done. Good. So let's move to the next one. What are the girls doing? Writing? No, they are not writing actually. Is this the paper they are writing on? No. Good. So it looks like good t-shirt. And the girls are painting in the t-shirt. Good. So have you ever practiced painting by yourself? You do, good. Are you a good painter? Some of you are and some of you are not. And it's about how much practice you make up in painting, right? The more you practice painting, you become a better painter. Good. Okay, next one. So we'll have listening skill first. Listening is an activity that we do with the help of our ear. Good. And it's a kind of activity that we receive, take information from other people, and we also learn about sound when we listen to. When we listen good sounds, we learn good language as well. So, today, we'll have 3 chances to listen to a sound file. The first listening will be to deal with filling gap questions, and you'll have 6 filling gaps options, filling gap tasks that you have to perform. And then you'll have questions, 5 questions in the next task, and there will be 5 questions, and you have to get the answers of all 5 questions when you listen for the second time. And even if you miss some of the filling gap tasks and the questions, don't worry about that, because you get one more chance to listen to, and that third listening will be for making necessary corrections. Did you get what I mean? Okay, so I repeat. You'll have 3 chances to listen. First chance will be to deal with 6 filling gap tasks, and then you'll have 5 questions in the next exercise. And when you listen for the second time, you have to deal with them, and even after that, you'll have one more chance to listen to, and that will be for making necessary correction. Are you ready to listen now? Okay, so here I play the sound file for you, and before that you have to read the 6 filling gap questions, and these are the questions. So Ramesh is you need to fill up the gap. Suraj has won many prizes in competitions. There is a gap between in and competition. Seema is good at, what is she good at? You need to find out. Geeta is you need to find out what exactly she is. And Ankur is you need to find out what Ankur is. And Rama is the new English. There is a gap after English, so it must be something related to English and the person, okay? So are you ready to listen? Good. So here we go. Listen to the audio.
Dear students, Namaste. We are listening to the audio lessons of Grade 7 Unit 1. Listen to the principal introducing an English teacher to his students.
Good morning.
Good morning, students. This is Miss Rama. She is your new English teacher.
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning, students.
This is grade 7. This is one of the most intelligent and disciplined classes of our school.
Oh, really?
Oh yes. Let me introduce you to some of the students.
Okay.
The boy on the right side of the first bench is Ramesh. He is the top of the class.
Oh, that's really good.
I think you already know Seema. She is the one with the fractured hand. You were the one who took her to the clinic. She is very good at sports.
Oh, yes. How are you now, Seema?
I'm fine, Miss Rama. I'm feeling a little better now.
Oh, by the way, next to Ramesh is Ankur. He is the class captain.
Thank you. I wanted to know who the captain was.
The girl in the second row with blue ribbons is Geeta. She is really a nice singer despite her visual disability.
Who dances really well?
Oh, the boy behind Geeta, he is Suraj. He has won many prizes for dance.
Oh, he must be really good.
And all the other students are also really good. Please take your time to introduce yourself to Miss Rama, okay, students?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Dear students, you got the words to fill in the gaps because you already have these words on top of the task. So, I would like to take you to the next exercise, right? You have 5 questions there. Can you please read them quickly? What does Miss Rama teach? You need to find out what does she teaches, and then who is really good at a good dancer. What has happened to Seema? What is Geeta wearing? What does the principal want the students to do? These are the questions, right? So, are you ready to listen to get the answers of these questions? Okay, good. Here we go.
Dear students, Namaste. We are listening to the audio lessons of Grade 7 Unit 1. Listen to the principal introducing an English teacher to his students.
Good morning.
Good morning, students. This is Miss Rama. She is your new English teacher.
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning, students.
This is grade 7. This is one of the most intelligent and disciplined classes of our school.
Oh, really?
Oh yes. Let me introduce you to some of the students.
Okay.
The boy on the right side of the first bench is Ramesh. He is the top of the class.
Oh, that's really good.
I think you already know Seema. She is the one with the fractured hand. You were the one who took her to the clinic. She is very good at sports.
Oh, yes. How are you now, Seema?
I'm fine, Miss Rama. I'm feeling a little better now.
Oh, by the way, next to Ramesh is Ankur. He is the class captain.
Thank you. I wanted to know who the captain was.
The girl in the second row with blue ribbons is Geeta. She is really a nice singer despite her visual disability.
Who dances really well?
Oh, the boy behind Geeta, he is Suraj. He has won many prizes for dance.
Oh, he must be really good.
And all the other students are also really good. Please take your time to introduce yourself to Miss Rama, okay students?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
This is the end of your speaking task. So now we will discuss about your answers and what exactly the right answers are. So let's move on to our first task, that is filling gaps. Okay, so Ramesh is the, okay, who is Ramesh? Ramesh is the topper, very good, brilliant, topper of the class. Good. So what is for B, number B? Suraj has won many prizes in dance competitions. Good. Dance competition. So the answer for B is dance. He participated in dance competitions and won the first prize last time, right? So Seema is good at, what is she good at? Brilliant. It's a good answer. She is very good at sports. And Geeta is what is Geeta? Geeta is a good singer. So the answer for D is singer. Good. And what Ankur is the, who is Ankur? Class captain. Good. Your answer is class captain. And finally, Rama is the new English teacher. Good. Teacher. So these are the filling gap task, and you did it very well. Thank you, students. So let's move on to the next one. That is question. You need to get the answers of 5 questions. Have you done all? Oh, brilliant. Good. You did much better. So let's move to the second one. The second one is, the first question is, what does Miss Rama teach? English. Good. She teaches English. Good. And who is really a good dancer? Is it Seema, Geeta, Rama? No. Okay, good. Brilliant. It's Suraj. So the answer for number B is Suraj. Let's move to the third one. What has happened to Seema? What has happened to Seema? What has happened to Seema? Okay, good. She fractured her hand. So, fractured her hand. So she has got fractured hand, right? Now let's move on to number D. What is Geeta wearing? Number D, what is Geeta wearing? The answer is, okay, ribbons. Your answer is very good. So what was the color of the ribbon? Blue, good. She is wearing blue ribbons. So what does the principal want the students to do? He wants the students. Okay, can you guess? So okay, you have the right answer. Okay, introduce themselves. Dear students, we listened for the 2 times to the audio, and we got the answers of all 6 filling gap questions and all 5 questions, right? So now it's time for us to listen to the audio one more time so that we can confirm the answers that we have discussed, right? So here I play the audio for confirming our answers. Here we go.
Dear students, Namaste. We are listening to the audio lessons of Grade 7 Unit 1. Listen to the principal introducing an English teacher to his students.
Good morning.
Good morning, students. This is Miss Rama. She is your new English teacher.
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning, students.
This is grade 7. This is one of the most intelligent and disciplined classes of our school.
Oh, really?
Oh yes, let me introduce you to some of the students.
Okay.
The boy on the right side of the first bench is Ramesh. He is the top of the class.
Oh, that's really good.
I think you already know Sima. She is the one with the fractured hand. You were the one who took her to the clinic. She is very good at sports.
Oh, yes. How are you now, Seema?
I'm fine, Miss Rama. I'm feeling a little better now.
Oh, by the way, next to Ramesh is Anku. He is the class captain.
Thank you. I wanted to know who the captain was.
The girl in the second row with blue ribbons is Gita. She is really a nice singer despite her visual disability.
Who dances really well?
Oh, the boy behind Gita, he is Suraj. He has won many prizes for dance.
Oh, he must be really good.
And all the other students are also really good. Please take your time to introduce yourself to Miss Rama, okay, students?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, dear students. All your answers that you produced, that you got after listening, are correct now. So you are all very smart. After completing this listening activity, now we are moving to speaking skill, right? Speaking skill is about how you produce sound, and that sound passes some message to other, right? When you speak, you do not speak something that doesn't mean anything. You speak something, you respond to others, and you try to pass a message, right? Something like, so if somebody asks you what is this, you say this is a pen. So when you say this is a pen, the message about this pen is passed to the audience, the person who listens to it, right? So before we go to the next exercise, let me introduce some of the people in our own family. The first one is, let me rub it first. Thank you. So, the first one is, if somebody asks the person whose mother is a teacher, then what the person says, what does your mother do? The answer will be, my mother is a teacher. So if your mother is not a teacher, what will be the answer? Good. The answer will be, my mother is a housewife. The teacher will be replaced by housewife here, right? Similarly, a mother of some of you can be of other different profession, like something like maybe, yes, nurse, or maybe good. She may be a good cook. Yes, others, government official, good. So this is the way we identify what people do, right? So similarly, brother cook. So how do you introduce your brother? So you say that my brother is a cook. It means his profession, the boy's profession, brother's profession is a cook. So he cooks maybe professionally somewhere in hotels or restaurants, right? So let's move to the next one. Sister. Okay. My sister is a nurse. My sister is a nurse. So what happens if your sister is not a nurse? Okay, you say, my sister is a student. Good. My sister is an English teacher. Good. My sister, similarly, if she is not an English teacher, okay, Nepali teacher. My sister is a Nepali teacher. Good. So let's move on to next one. My uncle is an engineer. My uncle is an engineer. If your uncle, some of your uncle is some other people than engineer, so you can just replace this word and say my uncle is this. So now let's move on to another chart. It's a family chart, right? It's a family chart. In the chart you can see different family members, right? So the family members are like brother. Last time brother was a cook, so you can change the role of a brother to a teacher. Okay, my brother is a teacher. So what can be your grandmother? A housewife. Good. Your aunt? A nurse. Okay. Similarly, other? Housewife. Good. Others? Government official. Uncle. Similarly, uncle. Let's go for uncle. What can be the different professions for uncle? So your uncle can be good, a teacher, cook, some other. Can you? Okay. Businessman. Good. And film actor. Good. Brilliant. So similarly, we can talk about father, grandfather, and other relations we have, right? So now let's move on to some practice how to ask and how to respond, okay? So it's not always the same way that we ask and answer. It's not like something reading of some text that is written, right? So if you say, how many siblings do you have? How many siblings do you have? Can you repeat with me? How many siblings do you have? Good. When you say how many siblings, you pronounced siblings a little bit higher. And do you have, right? So can you follow me? How many siblings do you have? Good. So should we repeat again? How many siblings do you have? Very good. So now let's move to the answer. I have 3 siblings. I have 3 siblings. I have 3 siblings. Follow me. I have 3 siblings. Okay, good. So now let's move to the next question. The next question is, what does your father do? What does your father do? I repeat it again. What does your father do? So the sound that I produced at the beginning is higher than the sound I produce afterwards, right? So will you try to follow me again? Okay, so here I repeat. What does your father do? Good. Can you repeat again? What does your father do? Good. Let's go for the answer. He is a farmer. He is a farmer. Good. Repeat again. Good. He is a farmer. He is a farmer. He is a farmer. So sometimes when you speak, we join some of the words, something like how many, how many. We don't say how many siblings do you have. Instead, we say how many siblings do you have. how many siblings do you have? You have. You and have, you can notice that they are joined together. How and many, you notice that they are joined together sometimes when you speak, right? I have. I and have, we pronounce together. And three siblings. I have 3 siblings. So similarly, what does? These 2 words are pronounced together. And your father do. Your father do. So repeat again. What does your father do? Good. He is a farmer. So here, he and is are very closely pronounced, and a farmer, and farmer are separate, right? He is a farmer. Good. Yeah, you did brilliant production. So now let's move on to another exercise we have to discuss today, right? So look at the picture. In the picture, you can see a boy with a book, and the boy is good, holding a book, right? The boy holding a book is my brother, Dinanath. This is the way how you produce something that you use in order to introduce somebody, right? So you are talking about somebody and you are trying to introduce the person to some other people. You use this kind of structure, okay? So similarly, if you have to say about this picture, how will you say? So you can say, the person reading a newspaper is my Uncle Ram. Brilliant, very good. You did it very well. So let's move to the next one. What is the person doing here? Putting on his coat. Putting on or wearing, right? So you can say, the person wearing a blue coat is my father. Good. So similarly, he can be your uncle, your teacher, or your neighbor, something like, right? So let's move to the next one. So what is the girl doing? Watching cartoon. Okay, watching a cartoon show. So you can say, the girl watching a cartoon show is my small sister, Rita. Good. This is the way you have to introduce your sister. Good. Now let's move on to the next one. Who can you see here? A woman. Is she young enough to identify as your sister? No. Okay. So you can call her your grandmother. Okay. So the woman sitting on a bench. Good. Is my grandmother. Good. So you can put a comma and write her name. So what is the name of your grandmother? Sita. Okay. The woman sitting on the bench is my grandmother, Sita. Brilliant. Good. So let's move on to the next one. What is the girl doing? She is dialing numbers on a mobile phone, using mobile phone, right? So what can you say about this picture? How can you introduce the person there? Can you try? Okay, the girl dialing numbers on phone. Good. Is my sister. Is my sister, what is her name? Bina. So before Bina, what do you need? Okay, good, comma, a comma. So the sentence will be, the girl dialing a mobile phone is my sister, and there will be a comma and Bina. Good. So now let's move on to a quick revision. What did we do today? Okay, at first we tried listening. For the listening purpose, how many tasks we had? Okay, we had a task in which we had to fill up 6 gaps. We filled them, and after that we had 5 questions. We also got the answers of all the 5 questions. And after listening for this second time, we got all the questions right, and then we discussed about the questions and the filling gap options, right? Finally, we had one more listening in which we tried to make our answers confirm, right? We confirmed whether our answers are right or wrong. So this is how we completed our listening tasks, and then we moved to good speaking, right? For the speaking purpose, we talked about different family members, and then we moved on to good. Moved on to introducing our family members with the help of some professions they are involved in. And then we had some people in which we had to find out what they are doing, and we had to introduce them to others. Something like the person reading a newspaper is my uncle, Ram. This is how we practiced producing some speaking activity in which we had to make sure how to produce these things, right? Finally, thank you very much for listening to and watching our virtual class. Thank you very much for your good participation. Thank you.